Here's where I'm going with this. You give me a hard time trying to get there, but I think as General Motors grows, I see the possibility of abuse. Or as any company grows, as the Donahue Show grows. Suddenly I decide I've got all the answers and start preaching.
Absolutely.
Now your point is some gal come along and shoot me down pretty good and I lose, and that's the way the system is.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Good. Gotcha.
W.T. Grant, being an enormously big company, didn't keep it from going bankrupt. The New York Central, being a big company, didn't keep it from going bankrupt. Chrysler Corporation may be the third automobile company, but it's a $13 billion company. It's one of the biggest companies in this country. That isn't going to keep it from going bankrupt.
Here's the killer, though. When somebody does come along with a better mousetrap, the multinational mousetrap company buys it. Oh. And now we're back to mediocrity again. And the initiative and the talent of the little old man in the shoe shop who came up with a better is gone.
Temporarily. There are new people coming up with the little old men in the shoe shops. And one of the major reasons, as I was saying before, why multinationals are able to occupy the position they are is because government rules and regulations favor multinationals. Almost all government regulation favors big companies over little companies.
And you think Exxon ought to be able to buy Reliance Electric?
Of course.
And what else you want them to buy? The hotels too? I mean, well, where are we going to stop?
Look, if you say to Exxon, look, one thing we're going to do is to make it impossible for you to make any money producing oil. What do you think their stockholders want them to do?
Have a hard time getting the American people to agree with that type of thing.
First of all, Exxon doesn't buy anything. There isn't any Exxon. There are people. Exxon is a corporation owned by individual people. It's the stockholders of Exxon who ultimately are buying it. And if they don't like what Exxon is doing with their money, they have a perfectly good alternative. They can sell the stock. And as the stock went down, if the stockholders didn't like it, it would pay somebody to change the policy which Exxon is following. We have a far greater degree of control over what Exxon does than we have over what a lot of our government corporations do.